So, a couple of videos ago, you guys may remember I showed off that I got the Chaos Creators and Daedalus and the Extravagance. I told you guys Chaos takes time. I was not expecting it to take so much time that I waited for this guy to finally come out. But he's finally out. Unfortunately, for the 10th Blue Eyes deck profile, we unfortunately did not get a case that had 10,000 Dragon in it. We would have called this deck profile Blue Eyes 10,000, and it would have been epic. Because I was actually planning on using 10,000 Dragon, even though we didn't have, the card that can summon it in one card. But this is what we got right now. This is the most current, up-to-date version of Blue Eyes, Chaos Blue Eyes, or Blue Eyes 10.0. Cue the intro. Thank you for checking into Team Forbidden's YouTube page. It is I, Seto-sama the Fanatic, back at you with Blue Eyes 10.0. This card has finally been reprinted. I finally have it. Let's get into the latest version of Blue Eyes with it. As you can see, we're rocking the super awesome Blue Eyes Alternative and Kaiba Man playmat that I received from Andrew a while back. Unfortunately, we're not running Kaiba Man in the deck. He's an old card that I could probably put back in like a fun version, but you know me, I'm usually super competitive with this kind of stuff, especially with my pride and joy, the 3 anniversary art Blue Eyes, one of, if not my absolute favorite version of the card. 3 Blue Eyes, you need this card in your hand to do stuff and combo and do everything else. 1 Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Yeah, only the one. You only need the one in this one. It gets a little cloggy at like 2 or 3. If I were running the bingo machine, I would definitely run 3, but I'm not running that either. More of a generic dragon focus on that one. So, 2 White Stones of Ancients and 2 White Stones of Legend. We had this on the channel tons of times. So, you guys should know what these do by now. Basically, this card, when it goes to the graveyard, mandatory effect, add Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand if you got it. This one, during the end phase, special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, or you can banish it and return a Blue Eyes to your hand. The second effect is once per turn. It's a hard once per turn. The first one is not. And you're generally going to be using this to banish and get Blue Eyes back to the hand for trade-ins and stuff. For some stuff that we'll talk about a little bit later. Alright, so that's it for the very small Engine of Destruction in the deck, as far as monsters go. Next, we're running a small Seyfert package with 1 Starliege Seyfert, 2 Nebula, and 1 Galactic Spiral. I really, really, really like this engine because I think that Blue Eyes right now should really be focused on being a rank 8 centric deck, meaning you make 97 and then either make 92 or go into 100 Numeron and just clear your opponent's life points out down to 0. You might disagree with that, I understand, but with all due respect, I think you're wrong. So yeah, these 4 for the engine. You don't need that many Seyferts because we're running the Guard Dragon package in here again, and you can always just search this out with LP. But it's a nice starter if you have it. Usually you want to start off with the stones. Finally, we're getting into the Chaos package. 1 Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. Rechain Chaos Emperor Dragon. Oh my god, I have waited so long for this card to come out to the general public. When they revealed that this thing was a YCS prize card, I was infuriated. I was completely, totally furious. Because this was released as a promo pack in Japan. All you had to do was have a subscription to the Jump magazine in Japan and then mail out, and then you get this and the other legendary dragon cards, the Dark Armed, the Judgment Dragon, the Trishula, and the Darkness Metal. But now that Armageddon is out and they finally reprinted this, let's get into what this card does, because before this set came out, I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know what this does. So, obviously, it's a retrain of Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy the End. It's a pendulum monster, as you can see. Its pendulum effect is you can pay 1,000 life points and then target one of your banished dragon monsters. Then you destroy it, which means it goes on top of the extra deck, and then you add the banished card to your hand. So many different applications you can do with this. You can get back, if you had to link off Spiral Dragon so it wouldn't go to the graveyard, or you can get back a Seyfert if you banished it, or Nebula if you banished it, or Ancients if you banished it. This was one of the real missing links for this deck, and I'm so glad I finally have it. If it's in your hand or on the extra deck, you can also summon it like you would a regular Chaos Emperor Dragon, which is banishing a light and dark from your graveyard. You can only special summon it once per turn that way. You can also pay half your life points and send every other card that you have to the graveyard, and then you send an equal number amount of your opponent's cards to the graveyard and inflict damage for each one. And if it leaves the field, it goes to the bottom of your deck. So you can always search this card with Melody of Awakening Dragon. The next Chaos card is, of course, just the one Chaos Dragon Levianair. It's Levianair. I don't think I need to explain this card. A lot of people are playing this right now. Going back to the original secret to go with her brother Emperor Dragon right there. One copy of the Chaos Creator, because you banish light and dark, so you have 3 banished cards. Okay, special summon one of the banished cards back. Oh, it's a level 8? Let's make it rank 8. And then 1 Collapse Serpent and 1 Wyver Burster. And so that's it for the Chaos Engine. Just these 5 cards. These you can search for with Melody. These 3 you can search with Chaos Space. We'll get to Chaos Space in a few moments. Alright, to round off the monsters, we have 2 White Rose Dragon, one of my favorite little combos, and my representation of Andrew in this deck, because he loves Black Rose Dragon. It's his favorite card. I don't run the Red Rose. I've always just really liked the White Rose. And this deck isn't really huge on the Halky Fibrous combo plays, and I don't have the Garden Rose Maiden or the Black Garden, so I'm just running the White Rose for a 2-card combo with any of the stones and this guy. Next, we have another Dragon Tuner, also from Battles of Legend. This card should probably be banned too.
Fuck you.
Shut up, Eric. You know it. So yeah, Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. You will see soon we have Union Carrier in this deck. Equip this thing to any dragon or dark monster. If you go with the and you can make 97 easily in this deck. You make 97 with, you make Carrier, then you make 97, and then you equip this to either the 97 or whatever you summon off of 97, and then congratulations, your opponent, if they have an extra deck based deck, they can no longer play the game. And just in case you open it in your hand, you can equip it from the hand, but it is also a tuner if you have to do stuff with that. And lastly, we have 1 Jet Synchron. This card probably should... A lot of people are saying this card should be banned. I disagree, but there was a interesting version of Blue Eyes that I was working around with, which used Synchrons as the engine, kind of like Eldritch does. It was cool, but it had a couple problems, and I was really just waiting out for Emperor Dragon to come out. But yeah, that's it for the monsters. You usually, if you have to, you can use this to make a 2-card Halky Firebricks with any discard in your hand, or you can summon it from the deck from Halky Firebricks and do stuff from there. Alright, now on to the spells. 2 Melody of Awakening Dragons. We have 6 targets. We have the 3 Blue Eyes, the Alternative, the Chaos Dragon Levianair, and the Emperor Dragon, which automatically goes to the bottom of our deck anytime we do anytime it leaves the field. So this card is basically always live. You will run 2 of it because you don't really want to see it all the time, because you're not running a hardcore Blue Eyes deck with all the Chaos Maxes and stuff like that, but 2 seems to be fairly decent. Next up, 3 Chaos Space. Space. Want to go space. Send a light or dark monster from my hand to the graveyard. Add a monster of the opposite attribute which cannot be normal summoned or set. Oh, and if this is in my graveyard, I can banish it and target one of my banished light or dark monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set, shuffle it back into the deck, and draw a card. This card is so good, and it's of course once per turn on both effects. This card is so good. Pitch what you want. Summon the Chaos Monsters. If you have a Dark Monster, you can pitch it and summon Alternative. If you have a White Stone, you can pitch it and add either Levianair, Emperor Dragon, or Chaos Creator. It's so good. 3 trade-in. Oh, there's 2 of them. One of them fell down. So unprofessional of me. Let's see, you have, I don't know, how many level 8s in the deck? Like 6 or 7? This card is always good. You always discard Blue Eyes, revive it back, and do stuff from there. Speaking of ways to send dragons to the graveyard, you have Foolish Burial. You could potentially take Foolish Burial out for something else, but sometimes you just need that one card to go to the graveyard. And you can only activate one Dragon Shrine per turn. You can combo off and do a whole bunch of stuff with Foolish Burial, just playing around with everything there. Speaking of Dragon Shrine, 2 Dragon Shrine. Yeah, we're running 2 now, because, send Blue Eyes, send any Dark Dragon. Oh, there you go. There's your Chaos Monster. Alright. On to the revival spells. 2 Return to the Dragon Lords, because it's a little bricky at 3. 2 World Legacy Guard Dragon. This is the 10th Blue Eyes deck profile. I don't think I have to explain either of these. They've been in both of them before. And then 1 Monster Reborn, because we can have nice things. And 3 Begone, Demon Child! Let's just get into the extra deck first. I am running one of the other legendary dragons in here. And that is Trishula, the Dragon of Icy Imprisonment. This is here partially because it felt a little naked to have a Blue Eyes deck without a 3-headed dragon fusion to go into. Other because I can just summon this off of the Guard Dragon combo by banishing 3 monsters that I had that were dragons, and then just banish a card from the top of my opponent's deck, banish a card from their extra deck, of my choice, by the way, and 1 card from my deck, which I could just activate Emperor Dragon, pay 1,000, get it back to my hand, no problem. Also, I just wanted to run one of the other legendary dragons in here, and I've been wanting to actually use this card for quite a while, but I never had it. Now I do. For the Blue Eye Synchros, Spirit Dragon. Hi, Numeron. You can't play. Oh, you're going to try and get rid of me? Oh, I'm just going to summon this guy who can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And I get to special summon the Blue Eyes back from my graveyard. What you got now? Next, we go into the XYZ Monsters. Most important, number 97, Draglubian. Not our first time having it on the channel, so I refer you to the last one, but too long didn't read. This special summons another big bad dragon XYZ from the deck. Number 38, the 8 spells. That's really the only effect that you use it for. Number 100, Numeron Dragon. It becomes a 9,000 beat stick with Draglubian. Can be even bigger if you have 2 rank 8s on the field. Number 92, Heart Earth Dragon, which, why the hell was this not reprinted instead of the Chaos version? Konami, what are you doing? You reprinted the wrong one. It should have been this one. The Chaos card is crap. Why did you reprint it? And for the last XYZ monster, we have one number 46 Dragluin. Yeah, no, you're seeing that right. I'm running Dragluin. Partially because you can just extend other dragons out of your hand with it. If it's the only rank 8 that you control. Partially because you can just, if you're fighting another dragon deck, you can just take their dragon. I'll be 100% honest. Sorry, Brian. I actually officially put this in here just to fuck you over with our Blue Eyes versus Red Eyes duel that's coming up. So, that's it for the XYZ monsters. Into the links. 1 Guard Dragon Pisty, 1 Guard Dragon LP. A lot of people think this card should be banned. I respectfully disagree. I really, really like this card, but I can understand why some people, not me, think it should be banned, because there was, oh, a special summon from the deck, it's so difficult. Really? Really? I mean, I understand you don't want to do anything with the LP. You're like, oh no, I can just special summon. This requires a lot of setup, guys. I mean, yeah, there are some Halki Fibrix combos, which arguably that should be banned. But, and this is banned in the OCG if I recall correctly, but I really like this card. I know a lot of people want it to be banned. I disagree. Borosword Dragon, because you're going to be locked into Light and Dark Dragons a lot of the time. Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, because it's Hieratic Seal. Union Carrier, the card that will hopefully get Buster Dragon Destruction Sword banned. Crystron Halki Fibrix, a card that probably should also be banned or should have never been printed because it just lets you get any of your tuners you want directly from your deck. to go into Guard Dragon plays. And finally, the one Kuri motherfucker. Side deck is relatively basic, and it's probably going to change over time, but first we have 3 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, because it's the ultra rare version, because why not? 3 DD Crow, because we sometimes want some of the more of those extra dark hand traps. 3 Cosmic Cyclone for back row hate. 3 Dark Ruler No More for force to go second. Also, not so evenly matched. Blue Eyes 10.0. It's been a long time coming. If we can get 10,000 Dragon at some point, we can do a profile with that, and I can tell you basically what I was going to do with that. If you want to see combo tutorials, comment that down below, and we'll see if we can set one up for you guys. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll catch you guys later.